look at this with me. We're going to talk about the Amisha Spentas, the spirits of God that emanate from the good spirit, the good God. And it's split up in 3 lines, and these pairs, by the time you get to the last one, my friends, it's immortality, eternal bliss. And you enter the kingdom of good God. Good morning, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. I want to talk about living in the kingdom of good, the kingdom of God right now, in time, space, in form and matter. Not waiting till the great by and by. My friends, right now living in peace and love and joy. And I want to share with you Zarathustra's idea of how to realize Asha, heaven on earth, the perfect creator's perfect idea. And in his Gathas, he wrote out a beautiful formula. And I want to share that with you. We're going to talk about the pure word. Remember in yesterday's video, we talked about protect the child. That child is that message. It's the pure word. It's the Christ mind. My friends, it's the original word, the perfect creator's perfect idea that has been lost. But when we hold that, we protect that. My friends, we be that. That's accepting the Christ. And the Christ takes you to the loving Father now. My friends, I want to talk about the kingdom of good God and how to enter in. So by the end of this short video, you can make a change in your life for the better. This is written in a time, my friends, so beautiful. Zoroaster's time reminds me a lot of Socrates, right? They killed him because he said that the gods they had weren't that good. They had gods that were angry and warring and tricksters. And he said, we can't teach the youth those gods as the highest principle of good. Our society will never grow. It will never improve because that spirit, that idea they take in is not pure. It's mixed. My friends, we need to find source, the true God, the highest principle of good God, that instinctively in our hearts we know is all good and has no attributes of the evil spirit. Pure word takes us to the kingdom of good. My friends, it's the realization of truth that actualizes it in our world. So this good spirit we're talking of, it's the loving Father of Jesus that looks so different than the religion of his time. My friends, in Zoroaster, his idea during this time, my friends, their idea of the gods, again, like every natural disaster that happened, they thought it was God. If there was a volcano, the God was angry. Right? If there's an earthquake or a flood, and they'd try to appease those gods. And when something like that happened, they'd blame someone, right? Isn't that what people like to do? It must be the children. They'd stone their own children. They'd give sacrifices of virgins, throw them into the volcano, slit their throats, and let the blood flow on the altar to appease the gods. It must be something that was done to anger the gods. My friends, but Zoroaster, undefiled, undiluted, pure light, Jesus, the Son of God. My friends, they all taught, the masters taught an all good God. And we reach that God through truth. And that's why the spirit of truth, Zarathustra talked about in the very beginning, there was 2 energies, 2 minds, called menus, minds. So there's the mindset of truth. And if we hold that truth, which is actually substance and reality, that's what only a perfect creator could create, a perfect world. And that's what is, my friends. But then there's the opposite of, or the lack of. So if you're not holding love, which is truth, the perfect creator's perfect idea, and when you hold love, it creates love, right? But when you're not holding love, my friends, that lack of love creates its opposite, or what happens when you have the lack of, which is hate and fear and greed and war. My friends, look at this with me. We're talking about the Amisha Spentas, the spirits of God that emanate from the good spirit, the good God. And it's split up in 3 lines, and these pairs, by the time you get to the last one, my friends, it's immortality, eternal bliss. And you enter the kingdom of good God. And it starts with Vohu Menu. Again, Menu's mind. This is the God mind, the Christ mind. The Christ mind lets you understand Asha, truth, the real truth, the real above all real, the highest truth, creation in perfect harmony and order, where nothing occurs at the expense or harm of another. The perfect creator that couldn't create evil, can't send evil. This perfect mindset where there is no death and hate and war. My friends, is good. Asha, heaven on earth, the highest truth, the real above all real. And my friends, when you're living in that truth, you're living righteously. And when you're living righteously, it takes you to Armadi. My friends, and that's devotion, it's peace, and it's benevolence. My friends, a person living here is benevolent. It does good. And when you're doing good and living truth, my friends, it leads to Chartha Verrier, which is a holy dominion. My friends, where you create your atmosphere and your world and it's good. God, it's peaceful. It's truth. It's righteous. It's in the Christ mind, the God mind. My friends, it makes a good society, a true world. Then that leads to Harvatat, which is well-being, health, which leads to perfection. My friends, that then leads to Emeritat, immortality, eternal bliss. My friends, that's the pure word. It's all good, has no attributes of the evil spirit, and that's the message of Zarathustra. And he said, with this message of hope, it brings happiness. It brings joy where you're enjoying every day because you're living in that God mind, that good mind, and you're holding it, right? That's what I was talking about yesterday. Protect the child. Protect the pure word. Hold it. Don't let it go. Don't let the enemy steal it from you. Don't hold anger and hate and greed and those low frequencies that aren't real. They're not going to create a real life. It's not going to create good. My friends, and people can get lost in that line illusion. They see people that maybe were a thief and look, they got a big house. But my friends, when you don't see inside of that house, there's no peace and there's no love. Just a big empty house. You see people, they can go out and buy a bunch of things, but pretty soon it's the worst thing that could happen because they realize they've bought everything they thought would make them happy and they're not happy. My friends, happiness comes from the realization of the original word of truth, of good God. I want to read to you the most powerful prayer in Zoroastrianism, the Yata'ahu. And I'll tell you what it says before I read it. There's something special about reading it in the original tongue. My friends, that the Magi that were and are and shall be all speak that same language. It's powerful. My friends, but it means just as the Lord wills. Right? What is the Lord will? Good. The pure word. So the priestly king, in consciousness of Asha, the highest truth, the gift of Vohu Menu, the Christ mind. Now all activity comes from that place of wisdom and truth. It's the word, the original pure word, incarnate in form, in the world, in matter, in you, in the Christ. My friends, it's the good shepherd that brings the government of God, the all-good God, and then Asha is actualized. Yata'ahu, Vario Ata, Ratu Shashat Chit Hacha, Vangush Dazda Manango, Shatana Mangush Mazdai, Sharthrem Cha Ahurai Ayem Dregubio, ... Vastaram. My friends, today, Asha Vahishta, protect the child, protect the pure word, the highest truth, the real above all real. My friends, hold it. Be it. Be love. Be one with the God good that has no attributes of the evil spirit. Be peace. Be joy. Be kind. Hold that frequency. My friends, and that child is born in you, it grows in you, and it changes our world. Gives us good society, the kingdom of good. God right here, right now. My friends, I love you. Be blessed. Share this with someone if it meant something to you. I love you. And we'll see you next time.